Neanderthal were a kind of human being that once existed on the earth, and they've always been considered as a completely different species of humans. For example, whites, black, and Asians are different in appearance, but we are the same species because different races can combine and create offspring. Neanderthals, on the other hand, cannot combine with us, and that's why they've been considered as a different species of humans. However, research proves that except the people from primitive African tribes, we all contain at least 1% to 4% of Neanderthal genes. So, are humans and Neanderthal the same species or not? This question has not yet concluded. Neanderthals were extinct about 30,000 years ago, and they mainly live in continental Europe. The height of an adult now is about 1.65 meters, and they all have very strong upper limbs and very big eyes. Neanderthals have 30% more muscle mass than our ancestors, and they often hunt animals like mammoths and bears. Neanderthals had a very high demand on food, and they are totally carnivores. People even suspect that they also eat human flesh. But how did they find out? Well, some fossils of the Neanderthal have been cut with knives, so this shows that maybe when they are extremely hungry, they still don't eat anything else except meat. Neanderthals did not have a society, and each family lived independently. Our ancestors had conflict with Neanderthal once, and the biggest difference between our ancestors and Neanderthal was that our ancestors would use long-range weapons such as bow and arrows. Well, Neanderthals, they're only good at melee, and they use something like knives and spears as their weapons. So why did Neanderthal go extinct? People have many speculations. First, Neanderthal only reproduced within family, and each family lived very far away. So they did not have a chance to marry someone else from other family, and this will cause the spark of population. Our ancestors were different. They settled by tribes, so the population increased immensely. Once the population increased, they occupy more food and more land and more natural resources. So the territory of Neanderthals finally decreased and they went extinct. So the second possibility about the extinction of Neanderthals was their diet. Neanderthals were completely carnivores because they couldn't digest food and their teeth structure was different compared to us. As a result, when natural disasters occurred, when animals all died, they had nothing to eat and finally starved to death. We are different because we eat everything such as vegetables, meat, and fruits, so we have a larger chance of survival. Well, another assumption about the extinction of Neanderthals was that they probably died by having too large eyes. Neanderthals' eyes were much larger than us, and this caused a very big brain and a very small cerebellum. Having a big brain can give you a wider vision, but if the cerebellum is too small, that means they are not good at communicating with others. So their poor social skills makes them unable to unite with each other, and they will finally go extinct. So scientists have discovered that all of us have the genes of Neanderthals and Homo sapiens, and another group of human species called Denisovans, and they extinct about 15,000 years ago, and an unknown species. However, people in primitive African tribes are all pure Homo sapiens, but they also have the genes of this unknown species. If the primitive tribes in Africa disappear, that means the human will really go extinct because they are actually the real human. We have the genes of other species of humans. Thank you.